All right, so previously we've gone over how to do preterite tense. We're going to move on to a new past tense. It's called the imperfect tense, and it's a bit different from preterite. With preterite, that was more the specific actions, the details, or the events of a story, right? Imperfect is going to be different. That's going to be more background. And there's an acronym that we have that will help us understand when to use imperfect, just to kind of introduce it. Okay, so it's cheats, it's for continuous actions, habits, emotional state, like how you were feeling, age, how old somebody was, time, setting, what was going on in the background, and simultaneous actions, like what was happening while something else was happening, right? So in a story, if I want to talk about my day yesterday, for example, preterite would be what I did. Like I went to the store yesterday, I bought a sandwich, I ate it. It was that would be preterite stuff. Imperfect would be the background stuff. Like I was really hungry yesterday. Um, I was in the middle of working. Life was busy. It was hot out. And so then all that would be imperfect. And then I went to the store. I got a hamburger. I ate it. That would be the preterite part. So again, imperfect is going to be the background stuff, not the specific actions, but it's a more general tense for giving the background or setting the stage for a story. So a lot of times when you tell stories, if you get to the beginning, you're talking about the beginning of the time of the story, like once upon a time, it was a wonderful old kingdom. All that is going to be imperfect. Okay. When you switch and you say like one time or one day or something like that, that's when you switch to preterite. Okay. So again, imperfect background stuff. The nice thing about imperfecto is that it is very straightforward to use as far as grammar goes. You have your AR verbs, ER and IR verbs like normal. You have your two sets of endings. AR verbs are going to be aba, abas, aba, abamos. Remember, that's got an accent right there. Abais and aban. Okay? So ER and IR verbs, different set of endings, but very easy. Ia, ias, ia, iamos, iais, ian. All of these accent on that first I. Okay? Almost all of your verbs are normal in imperfect. So there's going to be a couple that we'll go over in the next video that will show you what's irregular, but it's not very much. It's kind of nice. One last thing with imperfect tense, here are a couple of words that will kind of give it away that you would want to use the imperfect. Notice they don't refer to anything specific. So, a veces, sometimes. De vez en cuando, once in a while. A menudo, often. Siempre, always. Nunca, never. Mientras, while. A diario, every day. Normalmente is normally, usually. It's not referring to a specific instance, but rather like habits or the way things used to be. Okay, so give it a try, see if you can conjugate the verbs, and then we can move on to actually trying to use it in conversation. So here's a practice down here. Give it a shot. See what you can do.